Oh, is it not showing up? Is the game not showing up? Should be. What gives there? Oh, that's not good. Hold on. Oh, it's doing this shit again, isn't it? Great. Just great. I'm already having a bad day, and now this happens. It's gonna just stop working. Hold on. I know, I'm trying to fix it. Fucking XSplit. They don't fucking fix anything. I just have something just work. It's not helping to do tech support if it won't even pick up the game like it's supposed to. They're supposed to fix this. Alright, well that works. Hold on. It's starting to get on my nerves already. Alright. Let's try that again. It's the Epic Game Store, great. It's the biggest piece of shit. Biggest piece of garbage. Worst place to play games. It's not picking it up. The source is not even working. Fucking great. I love when it does this. I already had such a bad day at work. I'm sure you could hear them yelling. They were yelling at each other again. I get really annoyed when they come out because I know they're going to start doing that. Gets on my nerves. Just work. Come on. Why does XSplit do this? Just randomly. It just decides to not work. Okay, it's working now. Oh, it's the RTSS was making it not work. Yeah, this got DLSS today, so I wanted to try it. I haven't bought the DLC yet. I'm like, I kind of feel like playing this again, but I want to make sure the game's actually going to work first. I'm not gonna give them $27 if it's still clunky. Actually, I'm gonna back out and just put like the easy mode on. I'm not looking to like actually play the game right now. It's like actually playing this. I kind of need to buy the DLC because I already did everything. How do I turn on that like super mode thing? There's like some new thing they added. Let me see. No, I don't care about story. I heard it's pretty good DLC. I'm just like not wanting to buy it just yet. I want to wait. See if it actually runs well. So we're gonna play through a level and go from there. Okay, yeah, let's just try this. So I'm like not actually looking to play the game right now. Not normally anyway. I just kind of want to try this out. See how it works. I think people are a little harsh on this game getting old fast. The DLC for Team Ninja stuff always like adds a lot of content, polish.
Let's go. Knock it down. Up ahead. Time to go to work.
foregone conclusion.
There you
More trash to dispose of.
go. Piece of cake. Good job. Now on to the next.
Jack, there's one down there.
Damn. Where does all that darkness?
A monster just popped out of that one!
Darkness wasn't bad enough.
It's definitely quite a bit better. I'm already noticing.
Jack. Now let's see what secrets
That would have
this
like tanked the
place
frame rate
is
before. I was like an acceptable amount of lag. It's
I
like
think
not
we
too
could
bad.
use that.
We should collect ourselves.
Let's see how much fire that thing can eat. Get back. It's gonna blow. Stay out of the flames, unless you want to get cooked.
Let's find another way away.
How is what?
Refuse to
The performance, it's better a little bit. Like, I kind of feel like playing this again, but I'm not gonna. Still a laggy mess. I'm not gonna give them any money. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve my hard-earned money.
Here it comes.
Try it out a little bit.
This looks good. Nice.
All this costs is my time. I haven't bought the DLC.
Another one of those things? I guess.
Heard a lot of the really broken stuff got nerfed.
Nothing's ever easy.
I would very much.
Yeah, you should, rule of thumb with Neo-type games is don't play too much on the first patch, the release version. Don't play too much. Because they power creep hard, so... like, don't do that. I got all the achievements. This game was really frustrating to play. There were some aspects of the game itself were frustrating, but it was mostly the horrible frame rate was what was really frustrating. And I'm like, you know what? I got all the achievements. I'm not playing this anymore because
Here we are.
I put hundreds of hours in the Neo games, and yeah, you don't want to spend too much time
More of those.
on the first difficulty. We're gonna have to replace everything anyway.
Got a ways to go.
This game did not have soul matching like Neo, so you couldn't take a good piece and level it up. That made the grind even more pointless. It's like you can find the best in slot piece, but like the only thing that's wrong with it is the level or the affinity, and you can't change either. So still dropping frames. Great port. Fix your fucking game. Seriously. Fix your fucking game. I was kind of interested in playing this again, but it's just doing the same thing. They haven't fixed anything. It's great how I have to buy this game again on PS5 if I ever wanted to play it. Great port. Still runs like garbage. It's that stupid crystal thing. I wish you could just, like, turn that off. It's just a stupid animation. Like, I don't know why they force you to leave it on. You can't get rid of it. Like, I'd rather he just not do that. Why can't he just punch them and they die? There's nothing I can do about that. Great. Oh, hold on. I think it's actually not even working. This fucking game, man. How hard is it to make a functional product? You charge fucking $70 for it. Can you fix it? Like, what the fuck? I can fix anything. It's like, do they not want people to buy this game? I mean... Hold on. This game is just embarrassing. Okay, I have it at 100%, and then I put it back on and it goes to 50. This game is not worth the stress. It really isn't. Yeah, fuck this. I'm out of here. Fuck that. Not worth it. That game is fun in small doses. It seems like they're only making it better, but the port is still a piece of garbage, so it doesn't matter. What's up, Radical? How you doing? I sent you a DM with the Humble Choice stuff, by the way. I'm probably going to be paying that bill soon. I have last month's as well, if you want to look up that. I don't want any of those games. Alright, we're just going to give up on Stranger in Paradise. I'm not going to bother with that. I might try it again later. I'm just going to get triggered. I had a very difficult night at work. I'm not wanting to get pissed off at things I actually have control over, like playing games that run like hot dog water. I'm not wanting to do it tonight. Not worth it. I'm gonna cut my losses. I have not had a very good day mentally. With problems at work, and then now this is not wanting to function. Okay, is the game gonna load or what? Can something just work tonight? It's just hanging. It's not. There it goes. All right. Oh, the game crashed. Did it crash? What is there to be sorry about? If you're busy, you're busy. I personally stopped. I stopped checking in on people so much. I care about my friends deeply, but I kind of had to stop because my stress levels were just too high. You didn't do anything wrong. Busy, you're busy. Yeah, I kind of stopped, I stopped checking in on people as much. Just like a couple people, if I can actually handle listening to them. 'Cause I've been under a lot of stress, especially since last month. Stress levels have been super high. Oh. I should apologize. I kind of didn't really talk to you much either. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just... a lot of my real-life friends are in, like, really bad spots right now. And I kind of just came to the realization, like, well, they have to fix things themselves. I can't help them. I'm not doing too hot myself right now, honestly, so...
If you ever find yourself a
Every man has a burden to bear. Mine just happens to...
Watch what you say, Takeda. I'm right here.
I might try the Stranger in Paradise DLC when maybe I get a better computer. So I'm like, yeah, it was fine until I got in that room with the wolves.
If you ever find
And
yourself
it started
afraid,
running like
remember
garbage
this.
again. And I'm like, you know
Not
what?
everyone will
I'm
have
just
the
not even
privilege
gonna...
of dying for...
I'm not even gonna waste my time on this game. That game is just, it's an abusive relationship. It really is. It's just an abusive relationship. You try to get things out of it that the game just like it's not capable of doing. It's not capable of functioning properly, and you keep trying to make it work, but it's the game's fault. It really is just a toxic, abusive relationship with that game. I hear the DLC makes it much better, but the port is still garbage, so I'm not spending money on that. It probably would have kept me occupied for a bit too. I don't really have anything to really play this month, but I can tell that's just the self-fulfilling prophecy trying to get that game to work. It might not do it when I'm not streaming. I might try that. I'm not gonna fight with it anymore tonight. It's not worth it. I don't know, and I'm already like stressed out about stuff. I don't need to be playing garbage games like garbage ports. It's a garbage port of a decent game. Is basically what that is. It's not a terrible game, and they're making it even better, but the port is still hot dog water. I don't need to be putting that much effort into something like that. I'm trying to get the hang of this game. I'm trying to see how it just runs right now. This game is coming to mobile soon, so I might actually be playing this on kitty sitting streams. Maybe sometime in the near future. They don't have a release date for it yet. I just don't know how the hell you're supposed to play something like this on a phone without controller. Hello. I don't know, people play Call of Duty on Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG on a touchscreen. And I know, I think Call of Duty or PUBG, one of those games, the mobile versions, they like ban you if you try to use a controller. I'm like, why would you do that? Why don't you just support the controller? What? It's one thing if people are like legit hacking, but I don't know, maybe you should realize that people don't want to play first-person shooters with a touchscreen. It's not on the bucket list for most people. A controller or keyboard and mouse, those are like the only acceptable methods for most people. But I don't know, people get victory royales on the touchscreen somehow, so more power to them. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to play this on a touchscreen. I looked at footage of it, it looks pretty solid.
Fight with your commander!
I cannot do that yet. cannot do that yet. My duty calls. It is time.
I don't know, there's some games that work with touchscreens, it's just... They put games like this on mobile, and it's like, well... Look. You put a lot of effort into this port, but then you don't support a controller. And I don't want to play with a touchscreen, so... I'm either going to emulate controller inputs, which you see me
The shadow
do on mobile games in the past, or I'm not going to play it at all. Or it's like, I don't know what game it is. It's either PUBG or Call of Duty Mobile. That Mantis program, it's actually blocked. I think it's Call of Duty. They actually block it. I'm like, dude, it's not like people are cheating. Like, why don't you just include the controller? I mean, they already have, like, plenty of competitive shooters, battle royales,
The shadow
and,
thickens.
just straight FPS games, hero shooters and stuff, where you have, like, crossplay between people on console and PC, and it's like, well, keyboard and mouse already has a clear advantage in those kinds of games. Even if you give controller a lot of aim assist, keyboard and mouse is still like they're basically playing a different game. So I don't know what foot they've got up their ass, but they seem to think that controller's like the devil or something. I don't know. It's weird. They already play stuff like Overwatch and Paladins and stuff with, like, people clearly using a keyboard and mouse.
I cannot fight with this. Rest in peace, and honor at least.
Hello. Another weird one is the MiHoYo games, the Honkai and Genshin Impact. Like, they have PC and console ports for those games, right? But then the mobile versions still don't have controller support. It's like, alright, well, you already made both of those games work with a controller. But then the mobile version doesn't have it for some reason. It's like, why? Clearly, you have no problem with people using a controller. It's not like the Call of Duty Mobile team, where they seem to have some kind of vendetta against people using a controller, even though it's very common for competitive shooters to not even really be on an even playing field, because they have crossplay. They have crossplay, and controller players can still compete, but they're undeniably at a disadvantage. I don't get that, though. It's strange.
I cannot do that yet.
The wind screams. Chug, chug, chug.
Well, that's the point. Like, the most popular, like, competitive games in the world, anything involving, like, guns and stuff, it's already an uneven playing field. They have to give controllers, like, a fuck ton of aim assists to make it even remotely fair. Of course, you know, there are kids that are, you know, monsters on the controller and they can compete, but they're still at a disadvantage. So it's weird that the mobile games are such hard asses about it when it's been like that for decades. Like, it's like the first Call of Duty games, pretty much, from like the 360. Good 15 years now. Definitely really different from the difference between a controller and a arcade stick, where it's mostly preference. Although it does depend on the game. Some games you definitely do have an advantage with an arcade stick, but it's mostly just how many buttons the game takes. It can be awkward to play games with like 6 attack buttons on a controller, but plenty of people still do it. It's not like it's a deal breaker. You definitely do have a little bit of an advantage if you do that, but nothing like game breaking. But controller and keyboard and mouse is like incomparable. Even with like single player stuff like Doom Eternal.
Good as new.
And controller is basically a completely different game. You can still have fun with it, but like you just can't. There's things you just kind of accept like you can't do if you're playing on controller. I follow a guy on Twitch that plays that game on controller, and it's like it looks completely different. He's good at it. It's not like he's bad at the game or anything, but like he's fully aware, like you know, there's some stuff I can't do because I'm on controller.
The shadow will shortly begin to spread.
Well, the hitboxes kind of, there's stuff you have to disable on hitboxes in certain games.
My old
Otherwise,
quartermaster would
you
approve
really
of
are
this.
cheating. That's why some people call it the cheat box, but it's only a couple games you have to do that in, I think. The hitbox is kind of like, big brain to use.
The shadow
Most people don't like hitbox.
The weapon is restored.
Yeah, the way they do it with COD Mobile is you need to have something called USB debugging on for Mantis Gamepad Pro to work. And basically what the thing does is like the client detects that you have it on, and it like won't load the game. It won't boot it up while you have it on. Like, I don't know if you needed to go in that hard. Does it really matter? Like, why don't you just support the controller? I don't think it's that big of a deal. How's my mobile stuff been going? The short answer is I quit all but one of the games I was playing. I did Diablo Immortal for like 2 weeks, but a lot of that was because my mom was playing. My mom is I don't know if people know this, but my mom is a hardcore gamer, so we played that for a few weeks, but that game just had a lot of stuff that bothered me. I'm not even really talking about the loot boxes. There was stupid shit in that game, like hidden caps on how many legendaries you could earn. And I remember there was one time I played that game for like a couple hours, and I got nothing. It turns out I probably was at the hidden cap. There's lots of stupid stuff in that game that they don't tell you. It's like normal service game stuff. It's not like abnormal to have a game like that kind of limit how much you can play, or like how much progress you can make. The difference is those other games are more upfront about it.
May your ancestors forgive your sloppiness.
Like, don't waste my time.
Death awaits those who stand against the Empire.
I'm totally, like, accustomed to, like, having a limit on how much I can play. Like, don't act like your game has no limits, and then, you know, have it hidden. The gameplay was okay, it definitely got a little bit repetitive. I don't know, I mean, it's a service game, so it'll get better. I quit KOF All-Star back in May. Uninstalled that game, I haven't touched it. Good 2.5 months now. I just got tired of that game.
Rest in peace, and honor at least.
The shadow will soon spread.
Death awaits those who stand against the Empire. My old quartermaster would
Diablo
approve
4
of
is
this.
inevitably going to have microtransactions too. It's just hopefully they don't do stuff like Diablo Immortal where they just like
The weapon is restored.
don't tell you that you're just wasting your time playing. And have a decency to tell you like, look,
Shadow spreads.
look, dude, you hit the daily limit for your grind like 3 hours ago. But we don't have the decency to tell you that, so your entire time playing this game past the first hour was like pointless. Not a fan of that.
Patience.
Behold my might and fall!
We would need to resupply first. My armor is restored. We would need to resupply first. My old quartermaster would approve of this. We'd have to repair this first. Rest in peace, and honor at least. May your ancestors forgive your sloppiness.
The shadow will shortly begin to spread.
We would need to resupply first. My duty calls. It is time.
Yep, time to take a piss. Duty calls.
The shadow thickens.
I cannot do that yet.
Behold my might and fall!
Alright, has this been any laggy at all? It's been fine on my end. It drops frames when you get close to a character because it has to load their costumes. This game is kind of like Tekken, where you have like set characters, but you can customize them to the point where they're like unrecognizable. You know how sometimes you watch like a Tekken tournament and you can't tell who's playing?
Do not worry.
It's definitely making it a
This
little
will
bit
not
hard for
be the
me because I
first.
like don't really know.
Follow
what I'm
my
doing in this. I'm
guidance,
still
and
kinda,
all
like,
will be well.
learning as I go, but
Death holds no fear for those who have given their... If you ever find yourself afraid, remember this. Not everyone will have the...
alright, so one game I tested out tonight worked.
Follow my...
Stranger Paradise is still a piece of shit. That's fine. That's fine. I didn't buy the DLC or anything, so... I might try to fix that later. I just don't feel like it tonight. It's been a stressful day. I'm not wanting to get pissed off over things I can't control tonight. This game works mostly fine. Well, I heard that the Kingdom Hearts ports were outsourced. The ones for PC, all of them. So 1.5 and 2.5, and then the other one, all the shitty portable games, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 and Melody of Memory as well. I think they were all outsourced, which is why they actually fucking work. And you don't have to fight with mods and stuff just to play something you paid $70 for. The Final Fantasy VII one was done in-house. And also that game does not handle texture streaming very well, so you put it on PC, as soon as you get to the slums where all the people are, the game runs like garbage. That game is like kind of clickbait in a way, because when you first start it, when you're in the reactor, and you're doing that whole mission, the game is completely fine. As soon as you get out of there, and you get into the city, it starts to run bad because it's having a hard time like streaming the textures. The problem is that if you buy that game, you have 2 hours to refund it. And if you're like not a speedrunner, or you're playing it for the first time, and you're like playing casually, you're not like skipping cutscenes or anything, by the time you get out into the city where the game starts to not work, you have like maybe 20-30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes tops to try to fix it before you can refund. That game was an agonizing experience.
Do
The
not
game
worry.
itself was okay.
This
I
will not
didn't
be the
like it enough
first
to keep
battle
playing
I
it,
win.
but
You're
I don't think having to fight with their garbage port was really doing me any favors. That's the downside to being able to refund games. Some games go out of their way to like waste your time until you can get to the part that's actually demanding. So you either have to like accept that you're going to have to skip the cutscenes to get to that part, or look up a video. Neither of which you should have to do. The game should work.
Come here and bear arms!
Let's try to learn some combos here. I haven't really learned any combos yet. What do they have for Nunchaku? Enhanced focus attack. It just comes down to having to fight with something so much just when you bought it, you paid for it legally. And it's like somebody who pirated it would get a better experience because they wouldn't have a limit to how much they can test something. Whereas if you actually legally buy that game full price, you get a much worse experience. It's sad. It's just straight up depressing. Should not be that way. I like how they put the Final Fantasy VII Remake on Steam and they didn't even bother to fix it. It's the exact same broken port. Like, they didn't even do the usual thing that companies do where it's like, oh, well, we're gonna put the game on the Epic Game Store for the suckers and it won't work. And then we'll put it on Steam where people actually will buy it. And then the game is like actually fixed. Like, nope, they didn't even bother to do that. They give you the exact same thing. They took the money from the beta testers and they didn't even bother to fix it.
Come here and bear arms!
My duty calls. It is time. I cannot do that yet. I cannot do that yet.
A little combo there. I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's see. Can I get him to counter training? Let's try that.
We would need to resupply first.
That's all I get is the Bruce Lee kick. That's totally a Bruce Lee kick. I don't know how you get anything else off that. Let's try this. Oops. Probably just have to look up some combo videos. It's a little bit different from what I normally play. I can figure like one combo out by myself. Let's put it back here. Ooh, that was pretty cool.
Fight with this.
I feel it's okay to pirate games if the DRM prevents you from playing, or it's a garbage port. I'm not exaggerating when I say, what's it called? DMC5 runs so much better after they got rid of Denuvo. Monster Hunter Rise still has it. No, it's been out for like a year.
The weapon is restored.
The fact that they get rid of it at all is better than nothing, though, because there definitely are games on Steam that still have DRM, and they're already selling it for like $5. So it's like, I don't know, it doesn't benefit anybody to keep it on. The game runs worse. More demanding. Well, actually, the Denuvo free DMC5 you could do right when it came out.
Patience.
Some intern at the company made a mistake. They made a mistake and they put up, I think it was like, something like if you bought the game, you pre-ordered it, there was a period of time where you could get the EXE file. You get the EXE file that had no Denuvo. So all you had to do was just keep it on. Keep that one on and you had no Denuvo. The game loaded and ran much better. Although now you don't need to do that because they have they were nice enough to remove it. Alright, well, I'm done with this for now. Seems
It
like
is not that I am unafraid of
more
death.
than playable.
It is that I fear.
Drops frames a little bit, but nothing too bad. It's not Stranger of Paradise bad, which is a good goalpost. The game is definitely really resource heavy, but it runs fine so far anyway. It drops frames a little bit close to close proximity. Kind of like PSO2 had that problem. You get close to something and it has to load all their avatars and costumes and stuff. Alright, well, that's all I really had to tech support test. So the verdict is, Stranger of Paradise is not worth buying the DLC. Not worth buying it right now. I might fight with it a little bit more later. There might be something that I can fix, but it doesn't seem like it really has improved that much. A little bit. I'll probably do some more testing of that offline. It won't be really interesting to watch. I'll put on another game. Let's see. Let's turn off RTSS. It's not needed anymore. I had a really rough night at work. They were arguing, and I get really tired of it. But I'm doing okay, I guess. Could be worse. That's why I deleted that stream. They started getting they started arguing with each other. It's like, yeah, I just don't want to deal with that all the time. It gets stressful. I did what I had to do and I left. Let's see. Could probably update Yuzu. Play that or something. Hold on. It's easy to do. Just give me a moment here. The Rumbleverse comes out in like a week, I think. That game looked okay, but I don't know. There wasn't really much of a combo system. I played a little bit of it. It got kind of boring. It's like it's kind of had like the same 3-hit combo over and over. Didn't really grab me. I think they wanted to be like some kind of roguelike thing where you kind of have to work with what you have. And like the base moveset doesn't seem that interesting. Seems kind of one-dimensional. It's cool to see melee roguelikes, not melee roguelikes, but melee battle royales. I think developers are starting to realize that like you're not going to be able to compete with what's it called? Warzone and Apex and Fortnite in terms of stuff with guns. Like, you can't compete with those. It's just not possible. But the problem is they all just keep trying to be the next Fortnite. It's like, you're not going to pry the 8-year-olds off that game. like, let's be real here. They're not going to stop playing Fortnite to play your Battle Royale clone. It's just not going to happen. If you at least try to do something original where there's less competition, then there's at least some chance of success. Whereas you just do the same thing everybody else is doing, it's really hard to break out. I kind of don't like the combat in Naraka Blade Point that much, but I haven't even really cracked the surface of it. I definitely need to give it more of a chance. It feels kind of rough. That the in-game resources to learn how to play it are pretty crappy. You gotta watch a lot of videos and stuff. And I haven't, I've been too lazy to do that. Now that I know that it's running okay, I might start playing that. I liked Hunter's Arena Legends. That game was pretty fun. But it died really fast, and then they put it for free on PS Plus like last year, and it didn't really do much. Kind of didn't have the success that they hoped it would. But now there's Naraka Blade Point and Rumbleverse, so maybe there will be more melee combat roguelikes. Not roguelikes, but battle royales. Battle royales are basically roguelikes anyway. They're just competitive roguelikes. Average roguelike is not competitive outside of leaderboards. Battle royales are basically just roguelikes where you fight other people. Not really that different.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of people did like Rumbleverse. It's like I just don't like having just a small amount of moves. I like having a lot of moves to work with. But that game, basically, like all your moves are you find them because it's a wrestling battle royale, so you're not gonna have weapons really. Not to the extent of like pretty much every other battle royale with either guns or there's melee weapons lying around. Yeah, it didn't really grab me. I only played it for a few minutes. I might try it again, but I don't know. It wasn't like super interesting to me.
Let's earn our keep.
I will be doing my part for victory.
Stay strong. We can win this. Everyone, advance. Flag up high. Forward march. We're done for. The rest is up to you. You got my back? I'll do it. I owe you one. Let's link up. I'll cover that. Take a breather. The stronghold's ours. Stand down. My turn. Take a breather. This place won't be a problem anymore. Stand down. Take a breather. Give it up. My turn.
You can't let it end like this. I'm dragging the others down.
about playing with fire.
Okay, let's go.
We're done for. The rest is up to you.
You called?
You know what they say about playing with fire.
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
Say, I don't think this is unfolding. All we've got?
What, is that it?
I gotta keep up with you.
Hurry up and help me, you fools!
This is little more than a scratch.
I hope this game gets DLC. It's definitely a good game, but it gets kind of old.
Our fight is for a cause of nobleness.
And the grind is like pretty unreasonable. They really want you to play this game like probably realistically like a dozen times. They want you to play it a dozen times to get all the accessories. Luckily, a lot of the support, the unique abilities aren't like that great. You would still have to play this crazy amount of times. I don't know what they were thinking. This game has a lot of content. It does not have like 15 playthroughs worth of content, no matter how you slice it. You're gonna see every conversation, every cutscene, you'll have every weapon. Like, somehow they thought that it would keep people playing. Like, it really does not. It doesn't. I felt like I had seen like almost everything on this by the second playthrough. They should add like more movesets. Make the economy in this game better. So that you could like actually try out a lot of these characters. It's just not worth it. You kind of just play the game the way I am, where you just make like 4 busted characters and you just run through the game with them. There's no reason to ever not do that. They like go out of their way to make sure that you want to do that. And clones is kind of the problem too. The clones. Some of the characters actually do play pretty differently when you give them a different unique ability. It does have that going for it. It's better than just like Samurai Warriors 5 does it, where there's like one different move.
Let's earn our keep.
We definitely have a lot of control over it. The problem is you have to grind to do all that. Like, that's the issue.
Victory will be ours.
You gotta grind a lot to do that. And, like, this game doesn't have enough meat to really do that. You'll get bored of it way before you can start making really fun builds. I hope they do clones like that. They have to have clones in their games. I hope they do it like this game. There's like actually there's cool stuff that you can do with it. It still sucks that you're playing a bunch of basically just movesets. You're still just playing movesets instead of characters, but the Merc Whistle system is really cool. I actually think it's pretty unique. It's just the grind to really do a lot with it is too excessive. Pineapple on pizza? Hell no. Hard pass.
How long I can hold out. Help me, man, please. Out of the way! We won't lose, no matter what.
Take a breather. My turn. Take that. The stronghold's ours. Enemy down.
You could be truly a force for reckoning. I'm dragging the others down.
What, is that it? Turn. I can always trust you to have my back. You called.
We'll probably announce DLC for this in the Nintendo Direct, probably like a couple months. It definitely needs it. Honestly, I would play this game a lot more if I didn't have to do an entire playthrough to try to have fun with builds. It's just stupid. Realistically, your first 3 playthroughs, you're gonna pick all the busted stuff that's clearly better than everything else. But the game wants you to keep playing it, and there's just like not really much reason to. I had the town maxed out like halfway through the second playthrough. That's like the biggest grind, is getting all that done. I feel like they felt their game had more content than it actually does. There's no like alternate endings or anything really. There's one alternate path, which I believe is mostly the same for all 3 sides. Kind of just the story will be different, but people don't even like the story in this game, so I don't think that has much bearing on anything. Apparently, there's whole articles about how people hate this game's story. But even then, you're really only looking at 3 playthroughs if you just play this for the story. Which I mean is 50 hours. 50 hours for $60 is not bad. It could be worse. It's just this game has like really weird grinding. Like they want you to play it forever, but you'll get bored. You'll get bored way before that happens.
That's up.
Definitely weird how some games, the games you want to play forever, don't have enough content. And the games you do want to play forever don't have enough either. That's kind of the problem with that game. I don't know who thought it was a bright idea to like, hey, let's put like 35 different unique things that you can put on a character, but you can only get 1 per playthrough. So if you make a mistake, you have to play through the whole game again or go back to an old save, which depending on how far you got, or how often you save, that could be pretty could be pretty severe. Like, I'm not sure about that, man. They'll probably add something to it. Maybe they'll add like a new mode or something. I think I'll just make the overview for that sometime this week. I got burnt down on it. I no-lifed that game when it came out. It was really fun, but then I realized that like I've kind of already seen everything there is to offer in the game. There's not much left. And it takes too much grinding to unlock anybody else. It's definitely the best Musou game to come out in a while, though. It's just still, like, really flawed. Can you guys see? Hold on. Yeah, you guys got visuals. Okay. I would play through this game before Bayonetta 3, but I know I'll hate myself for doing that. This game's got some problems. I really hope 3 is better, but I don't know. They really haven't shown much of it. Star Ocean comes out the day before. That game looks more appealing to me in some ways. The marketing for that game has been really good. It's had a good balance of like telling you about the story of the game, but then like also actually really telling you a lot about the gameplay. Bayonetta's basically just had 2 trailers. It's had 2 trailers and it's like mostly cutscenes. They haven't done any kind of like, hey, here's just like 5 to 10 minutes of like showing you what the game mechanics are like, which I prefer personally. I prefer that. I think that's why I like to put up unedited, like no mic gameplay, because that's actually what I look for a lot of the time. You guys want to see somebody decent play the game. They don't have to be like esports, 16 hours a day, super hardcore sweaty. Just like decent enough, so I can like get a feel for the game mechanics to see if I like playing it. No, that's why I put up that kind of stuff, because that's what I look for. Generally, if it's like heavily edited and there's more focus on commentary than like actually just showing the game, I'm not interested. I know it's old-fashioned. Everything has to be heavily edited and overproduced. I just don't care for it personally. I'm like, nah, I'm cool just seeing the game. I'm cool just seeing the game. The commentary isn't terrible. It's just when it's heavily edited and it's commentary, I feel like I can barely get a feel for the game. How's this looking on the stream? It's pretty flawless for me. If I did play this to hype up Bayonetta 3, I probably would just play it on emulator. It seems like it's working well for me. I don't know how it's working for you guys, but I'm pretty satisfied with the performance. Mortal Kombat has, like, the best overall package, I think. I don't like the gameplay. You know, their games have rollback and they have a lot of single-player content, so if you don't care about being esports level, it's a lot better than the Japanese stuff. I think Tekken 7 is a good example. Namco games used to have, like, a lot of single-player content. Used to have a lot of stuff that you could do without really having to go online or be competitive. But Tekken 7 is, like, barely anything. There's, like, no single-player content in that game. There's a story mode you'll play once, and that's it. Mortal Kombat definitely destroys Japanese games in that regard. I just don't like the gameplay, I don't like the gore porn, and I don't like the janky animations. I just think it's ugly to look at.
Is that all you've got? Fire! Almost. Get that! Excellent. Got you. Get that!
Probably delete a bunch of my ROMs. Some of the ROMs I dumped off the Switch don't work very well. This works perfectly. This is what I hope that Bayonetta 3 will run like. Some of the games run really bad. I should probably just take some time to delete them. So I'm starting to run low on hard drive space. Oh, my hard drive, my mechanical drive has a lot of space, but my what's it called? My SSDs and my NVMEs don't have that much space left. I'll probably have to start deleting some stuff. Don't really feel like playing anything else on emulator right now. I need to, I need to dump Gunvolt 3. I want to see if you can play that at a higher frame rate. You might be able to. Let me look that up really quick. Maybe somebody else has done it. Still take me like, probably like 15 minutes to do it. I'll do that on my own time, not now. It's already 1 in the morning. Just want to see if anybody... See if anybody put it up. I saw one person tried it on the emulator, but they had a crappy computer, so... I'm not seeing anybody unlocking the frame rate. I'm gonna sound like a dick for saying this, but hear me out. If you're doing a benchmark video for anything, especially an emulator or a PC port, like, you should be able to record at 60 FPS. I'm sorry. It's kind of pointless to do a benchmark and not be able to record at that quality. Like, it defeats the purpose. Now, to be fair, I made a mistake with that, what's it called? The Warriors Orochi 3. I had that recorded at 30 FPS, but that was just a mistake on my end. I was messing around with something and my settings got reset or something. But, like, it bothers me when I look for a benchmark video and the person's they're not even recording at 60. It's like, alright, your video is kind of pointless. I hate to say it, but that goes for other stuff too, but especially benchmarks. It's nice to have the RTSS in the upper left-hand corner, so you can at least see what it's supposed to be running at, but it definitely you need to do that. There's no way around it, really. You have to do that. Otherwise, your video doesn't really serve much purpose. Especially because there's, like, channels that specialize in doing benchmarks on low-end hardware, which is actually really useful. You know, not everybody has a beast computer. Prices are getting a little bit better. I know the 30 series GPUs are getting pretty cheap now because the 40 series is coming soon. The problem with the 40 series is it has a ton of power draw, so you would need like a new power supply, I think, for most people. It's getting cheaper, but it's nice to have like low end. Those channels are actually pretty nice. It's like, hey, you know, this is like an average person's computer or like a laptop or something. Like, here's how the game runs. That's fine. It's just when you clearly have the capacity to record at 60 and you don't, and you repeatedly do it. It feels like you're kind of wasting time. You're wasting people's time. I just clicked on one and it was at like 20 FPS. The game looked like it was running fine, but the recording quality was really bad. You know what? I'm gonna try one thing really quick, and then I think I'll do like one more game tonight. Just give me a second here. Reset this source. It's still stuck on Bayonetta. We're gonna try one of their other games on the same engine and see what happens when I do that. Because if it doesn't do anything, then I'm not gonna bother dumping the game. It already runs fine. It just would be nice to have it at like 144, but not quite sure. Alright, I guess not. It's infinite loading. I'll just dump it. We'll try that. We'll try that later, alright? We'll try that later. It'll only take a couple minutes. I'll just have to see if there's any other games I want to dump, because it's kind of a pain to put the Switch in the homebrew mode. We'll try that later. I'm not going to get myself frustrated over something stupid like that. It doesn't matter. Chances are the game is hard-coded at 60, so it probably won't work. I'm willing to bet it doesn't. Music in this is my kind of shit. Yamaha 2612. Good stuff. Basically just Star Fox, but it doesn't run like garbage. This is exactly what they're... This game actually has a 15 FPS mode, because that's what Star Fox ran at. Star Fox was literally 15 FPS. I think that game is trying to do like full 3D polygonal graphics on a Super Nintendo of all things. Like, wow, he can't get more authentic than that. Actual authentic crap frame rate if you so desire. And of course we're going to play at 60. box is just that tiny pixel. It's kind of stupid. Overly complicating things. You don't get your power-ups back either. Gradius Syndrome. That's dumb. Oh, here's the last part. So much harder. You can only hit like 2 polygons on it. Why isn't the whole body won't go? Stupid. The rest of the fight doesn't matter. This games could stop taking away your shit when you die. It just makes it pointless. That last part is the only hard part. That has too much health in that part. You can't hit the whole thing, you have to hit that one part. This is so annoying! Why is the first boss so annoying? Okay, thank you. Very obnoxious first boss. That felt like a final boss. I don't know if the hit zones need to be that strict. This is really solid though. Never really was great. I was okay at 64. Played that quite a bit. Man, the music's so good. Space Harrier. This music is legendary. Pulled no punches. Back when video game music was actually good. Not just summer movie music. Good shit right here. Might not be very good at it, but... buy the soundtrack to this like right now. I would buy this right now. It's good stuff. I don't know how far they are in the early access. Yeah, I was given a key for that game, so we'll play more of that later. I just want to see if I can buy the soundtrack. Oh, you can. That's a must buy. Yeah, I love FM synth. It's good stuff. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for tonight, folks. I accomplished my goals tonight, which was seems like Stranger in Paradise still runs like garbage, but Naraka Blade Point works quite well. So I kind of want to give that game an honest chance. So we'll probably play more of that later. And then there should be a kitty sitting stream tonight as well. So probably PGR, Otherworld, and then Tales of Destiny if there's time. But yeah, I don't feel like streaming anymore tonight. I had a very stressful day. I think I should try to just take it easy and try to come back refreshed. So thanks for watching. There should be a kitty sitting stream tonight. I might not play Otherworld tonight. I might just do PGR or just emulators or something. I kind of feel like progressing in Tales of Destiny because I haven't played that game in like 15 years. And I want to actually unlock the New Game Plus stuff. So that might be the focus on those streams for a while. Good night, folks. See you later today.